All right. We are back. We are back. Got a little bit of a routine down, I think, with the filming and the editing. I think the best thing for me to do is film all day as much as I can. And then when I'm having my coffee and playing with my kids, or right after my kids leave or whatever, when I'm having my coffee, maybe when I switch from my coffee to my pre-workout, I can do the editing of the video and then post it. So that way, every morning around 9 o'clock, on the days that I decide to film and post a YouTube video, in the morning, right before I leave to go to the gym, I will edit and post the video. So it'll go live, and then I will continue. And then right after I finish editing it and posting it, I go right here and I start filming the next day. So feels like a pretty easy way to stick to a routine. And so that's what I'm going to try and do. See how that goes. Today's Saturday, 2 days after Thanksgiving. It's actually my anniversary. So going to be taking the wife out to a nice romantic dinner at one of our old favorite steakhouses in the neighborhood that we used to go to a lot. We don't go that much because it's really expensive, and we're trying to be frugal now. Plus, there's another steakhouse that we go to that has a ridiculous special. We can eat like a full good meal at Morton's for like $130, which is like bananas. Like, so good. But we're gonna go to Bourbon tonight, which is gonna be a couple $100, but whatever, it's our anniversary, so it's worth it. Anyway, I need to figure out why the microphone on my head that's connected to my other iPhone that I film with, for some reason, has a malfunction. After I filmed a certain amount of videos, I need to maybe clip this part of the video and send it to some video people that I know that are professionals. The DJI microphone with the the mobile connection that allows me to get good audio wherever I'm at mobile. It's super perfect. I filmed 10-15 segments, and then for whatever reason, when I get back into my car after the gym, it has a static feedback and it's completely unusable audio. So I didn't realize it, and you don't realize it at the time. It could be happening right now and I wouldn't know it, which sucks. So entire segments of audio have to go to the shitter. But that's what happened yesterday on the drive home from the gym. All the audio was completely fucked, so I had to record a voiceover for yesterday's video. So I don't know what it could be, why it's completely perfect, and then all of a sudden after a certain amount of filming, or I don't know what's happening, something gets into the system and it starts having this nasty feedback. So it's just like a bzzz, and you can't hear anything, and it's just super loud. So it's terrible. I need to figure that out. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna send this to my boy Billy and see if he has any advice, because he's a super professional, and I know he's used this kind of equipment before. My engineer has never used this, so I don't think he's gonna know off the top of his head like Billy might. Anyway, today we are gonna be hitting chest. I weighed in this morning at 200. Pretty much 200 on the number. I guess I've been meaning to look up this term main gaining, which I didn't know what it meant, but I guess it's exactly what I'm doing. Main gaining, although there's a couple different definitions on the internet about what main gaining actually is, but more or less it's like building muscle and staying the same weight. That's what main gaining is, which is pretty much what I'm doing, because I feel like I'm getting stronger, and I know I'm getting leaner. Like my measurements are getting better. My stomach fat is going down, but I'm basically just staying the same weight. I think I could probably lose weight if I really hit a little bit harder of a deficit, but I don't care about my weight. All I care about is that I get lean, and like my goal is to just get lean as possible and um, see how like shredded I can be, especially in like my tummy, because I feel like the less fat that I carry around my spine, the better my back will be. So I've had 3 back surgeries, you guys know, and my number one highest priority is do whatever I have to do to get my back pain down. So I do a lot of core stuff. I do a lot of like core strengthening. I like compound movements. I don't do anything in the gym at all that even puts the slightest bit of pressure on my low back, that makes it feel bad at all, because it's just not worth the risk. The 3 surgeries is the third surgery was insane, the amount of recovery, and it was a 6-hour surgery. So my number one goal with all of this is get super lean, get a really strong core, and try and see if I can heal my back that way because I still have pain in my back. It's a lot better than it was 6 months ago when I was 225 and like probably 30% body fat. Now I'm 200 and probably 15 to 18% body fat, in that range. So it's a huge improvement. But if I can get to, again, I don't care about the weight, but if I can get to 10% body fat, which I feel like will probably be 190, or maybe it'll be 200, I don't know, if I put on a decent amount of muscle. But if I can get the body fat, all that visceral fat and all the fat around my spine and my back, if I can get rid of all that and just convert and just have lean, muscle tissue, I feel that my back pain will continue to get a little bit better as I get more and more lean. So that's really like my goal with my body, is to do whatever I have to do to get rid of my back pain. And so yeah, so that's my goal with that. Feeling good, feeling lean. Had a pretty easy morning because my older son slept at grandma's house, so just the little one was at home. So pretty chill morning. And edited that video from yesterday. It's uploading now, and we're filming a new one. So I don't know what the rest of the day is. I might have the day off as from daddy duty today. So just gonna fucking crush a workout to start, then do my cardio, and then I don't know what the rest of the day holds yet. So I might have some time for myself. So I might go to the office and start getting some more stuff ready for the studio office this week, because the intern starts this week, and scheduling podcasts, we have a lot of shit going on, so that's cool. So I don't know, I'm gonna have an afternoon to myself, I think. Maybe we'll go to the beach with the family, I don't know, but right now all that matters is that we're gonna go lift. Let's go do chest. All right, my people of YouTube, I'm back, and this is how I've been starting my chest days pretty much always. I do a few like light sets, warm-up sets before I do this one. Like I said in other videos, I'm not strong. I look maybe stronger than I am, mostly just because I'm heavy. But I like doing incline on the Smith machine because I can go as hard as I want, and I just don't have to worry about the last few reps, and I get to push myself a little bit harder. So Smith machine is great. I love to train by myself. I train twice a week with a trainer, and I don't get to listen to music during those workouts. So when I am training by myself, I don't want to talk to anybody. I just love putting my music on SoundCloud. I'm usually listening to like a 1 hour long live set from one of my favorite DJs, most likely Eric Prydz or one of his label guys, because I love that style of music. That's usually what I'm listening to. Just keeps me in the zone. Doesn't really have any words. It just has sick beats, and I got my noise canceling headphones on. So I just love lifting by myself. It's just like it's like my morning meditation, honestly. I don't try and lift too crazy. I am kind of going to failure here, which is great. I'm only going to go to failure really like on the first few sets, and then I'm just going to kind of just go for lots of reps and just get as good of a pump as possible. Yeah, so starting here with the Smith machine and just going to do 4 sets. And just try and get as good of a pump as possible. Yeah. So I love, like I said, I love training by myself. I don't really care about, how much weight I'm moving around per se. All I care about is that I am getting the blood flowing, stimulating the muscles, trying to grow a little bit is really what I care about, and maintaining slash growing. So that's kind of where I'm at with growing. But now that I'm getting a little bit more on my fitness journey, I am gonna probably start tracking some of my lifts. I don't think you need to track everything. I think if you just track like the first compound main movement every set, every day, like if I just know that I can do, after I get warmed up, if I know I could do, 185 for 5, and then if I'm just like making small improvements every week in my strength, I think that's good. I do think I need to be doing that. Otherwise, I think I'm probably just going to stay stagnant and I'm not going to really know where I'm at. So that is something that I'm going to add to my to-do list. It's actually really good that I am doing these voiceovers or talking to the camera because, like, for example, yesterday or in the last video, or maybe in this one, I lose track of which video I'm talking about, but I kind of pointed out to myself while I was talking that I haven't been wearing my Whoop tracker, and I've just been slacking, and it actually does help me. Even though I know mostly of what it's going to say, I do want to have the data. So I started wearing the Whoop tracker again last night, and I'm going to see how my heart rate, HRV, and resting heart rate is stacking up over the last few weeks that I kind of have been working out. So moving on to the second movement here, just going for another pressing motion here. Again, I could use this one because I don't have to worry about failure. I can go as hard as I want, do as many reps as possible, and when I fail, I can just put the weight down. So yeah, just going after it as much as possible here. Actually sitting here editing this on a Sunday, I'm going for 10 reps. I think I got 10 on this set, actually. I don't really remember. Let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like I'm failing. I might get half of one more. No, I almost got it. So I almost got 10. It's funny how you like almost always, whenever you like, your ranges and you set a goal for yourself, for me at least, I almost always like just barely either hit it or fail, but you never go over. So I feel like if you just set higher goals, I will probably get more reps in. So I should probably just start aiming higher. Like instead of telling myself I'm going to get 10, I should just always say 12. And I most likely will probably fail at 11 instead of saying 10 and then failing at 9. Because the mind muscle connection is definitely super real. But decided to take the day off today. Today I'm doing this voiceover on Sunday, and this is Saturday's workout. So Sunday's family day. I'm gonna go. I didn't film anything today, so next video will be tomorrow, Monday. So just moving on here to some chest flies, and yeah, that's about it. I don't know. Well, the rest of the video is interesting because I kind of got some introspection later on in the day. I took some physique pictures because it's really interesting. I feel like I
I've made so much progress. And actually, now that I'm saying it, I gotta throw a before picture in there with the physique pictures so that you guys have an idea of where I'm at mentally, with my update, with my like physique checking in and where my head is at. But basically, like, I feel great sometimes about where I'm at in terms of my physique because I know how much progress I've made. But then at the same time, like, it can also feel like it's take forever to get to the point where you want to go to. And then on the flip side, you just kind of have to realize, like, I think the biggest thing about working out really is realizing that, like, now I work out not because I want to get shredded. I work out because I love the way it makes me feel. Like that, once you get to that point, um, that's when I think it becomes really easy, and then you can honestly reach any goal you have. You can have unlimited discipline in terms of diet. You can like train harder. You can recover better. You start realizing that what you're doing all of this for isn't for some like outside or materialistic reason. It's like internal, and the reason that I love training now and living this lifestyle is because just it makes me feel so good when I do it. And then sometimes just like thinking about that and putting it in context, um, can help when you feel down about like why you might not be like at a certain like body fat percentage or like muscle definition percentage or something like that. So, um, you know, yeah, I think that that's really important to that I remind myself of that when I'm on this journey, because obviously, like, I definitely want to like hit goals in terms of body fat percentage and like physique stuff, but that is like no longer, in order to get really successful in this and be happy with it, it's not about the external goals. It's about the day-to-day satisfaction of just like feeling really good about yourself and what you're doing. So, I think that's that's what I'm trying to say to myself, not to you, but to me, to myself. Again, most of these videos are just for me, especially at this point when no one's watching them, so, or very few people are watching them. So, anyway, that's the end of this part.
Absolute beast workout. Oh, feels so good. I'm gonna keep saying it, but cardio is key. I've made actual gains in cardio, which is great. I can go, actually, like when I'm on the machine, I just feel like once a week I'm like, all right, this is too easy, whatever the old setting was that I was using, and I have to just go ham, go harder. So I'm making gains in the cardio department, which I know translates into lots of good health benefits. And most likely, I've been feeling a lot more like sore lately, like good sore, which maybe I'm eating a little bit better, and like, I don't know, I'm getting more protein synthesis, whatever the fuck that means. But I think more likely solution or explanation, sorry, is that my cardio fitness is somehow causing me to, I think I'm getting more endurance. And my last few reps, I've noticed I just have a lot more energy when I'm in the failure region of my ranges, and just getting a few more reps, a little bit more range of motion, and I think that's the difference in feeling sore. So I definitely attribute that to hitting my cardio and going harder in cardio, getting the heart in more condition. My resting heart rate's probably going down. I haven't been wearing my Whoop, so I should probably put that back on and see how the numbers compare to a few weeks ago. See my HRV, where that's at. See my resting heart rate, where that's at, averages over the week. And I have a suspicion that those numbers are better now than a few weeks ago, because I'm feeling leaner, I'm feeling stronger, I'm feeling like I'm going for more reps at the same or even higher weights, getting more sore, feeling just overall better. So I do suspect that it's time for a data check-in, because they have a saying, if you don't measure it, you can't manage it. And I believe that's true, and I believe that one of the reasons that as humans we don't make progress is because we think we don't have to measure things, and then we don't measure them, and then we don't really know where we're at, and our brain tricks us and we stay stagnant. But if you measure things, then you cannot be biased. You know your calories, you know your resting heart rate, you know your calories burned, whatever it is. If you're measuring it with tools that are independent of your brain, so an Apple Watch, a Whoop, a coach, whatever, he's looking at data that's objective, or you're tracking putting your macros into a spreadsheet and you're seeing what the math number comes out to at the end of the day. You might be thinking, well, I'm eating about 2,300 calories a day, and then, oh shit, I started tracking everything and I'm actually eating about 2,800 calories a day. Damn, I didn't think it was that. 500 calories you could be off a day easily, by the way. Easily, especially if you've never counted calories before. If you've never counted calories strictly, you have no fucking clue. Sorry, you just don't. Because the process of counting calories, it's for me, maybe it doesn't apply to everybody, but I'd bet fucking good money on it that it does. If you, like, when I strictly counted calories for like 2 days, okay, maybe 3, I think I did 2 days with a spreadsheet and an app, and I was just doing everything. I was obsessed just for 2 days, okay? I was like, holy shit, I thought I was doing, well, I didn't even know how many calories I was doing. I was just eating better, whatever, and I was overeating for sure. But the process of tracking the calories and forcing yourself to be like, how much is an avocado? I don't know. Is it 500 calories? Is it 200? Okay, well, it's somewhere in between, and it's based on the size. Get a scale, costs like $9. You weigh it. You're like, okay, a huge avocado is 500 calories. One of the small ones is probably like 180. Now I know. So when I throw an avocado on my lunch, I'm changing my lunch from possibly 500 or 600 calories to 900 or 1,000 calories, And until you've done that process at least once, but for sure a few times, you haven't calibrated your brain properly, and you're just fucking throwing food into the system kind of blindly. So I don't think, for somebody like me, family man, businessman, multiple businesses, I got a lot of shit going on. Counting calories every single day, all day, is definitely not sustainable for me. For a serious hardcore bodybuilder, sure. It only takes 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes total a day once you get really good at it. It's not the end of the world. But like for someone who has a lot going on, it's not sustainable. But it doesn't mean that you should never do it. You should absolutely count calories for a few days. Once you decide you really want to get on a fitness journey, you should absolutely count calories and macros for maybe say a week, or at least 3 or 4 days strictly. Your like knowledge and like your core awareness, I would say, food awareness, will go from like 0 to a huge improvement. I mean, 5,000% improvement just from doing that few day exercise. And then most likely, I think, and this is the way I'm probably doing it now, is I'll do like a few days of counting calories a year. So like once a quarter, I'll kind of do a day or two where I count my calories and kind of just recalibrate my mind. Maybe if you're really serious, you probably do want to do like a full week, because you might need to figure out where your maintenance level is. Oh, by the way, I figured out what main gaining is, but let me go back to that in a second. So, figuring out what maintenance is. So, when I did my 4-day kind of thing, I figured out that my maintenance was somewhere around like 2,500 calories, um, given like a full hour workout and a half an hour of cardio. But honestly, I might have changed my intensities of my workouts and my cardio, and my diet might have gotten a little bit like different in the macros. So even now, I'm like 3 months, 4 months since I did my calorie counting thing. I probably need to do a few days of it in a row and kind of recalibrate and see if maybe I'm down to 23, maybe I'm higher to 25. Just maybe I have higher muscle now and I need more calories every day to maintain. I don't know. That's why I think a calibration, multiple times a year calibration would be great too. But the bottom line is that I don't think you need to count calories to be in super good shape every single day for the rest of your life. I do think that you have to go through a few calorie counting periods, if you want to be really fucking dialed in, because your awareness will just be where it needs to be to get to the highest level. I figured out, I mean, I didn't look it up, main gaining, but I was just thinking about it while I was working out, and it seems like it's obvious, right? It's the two words, maintenance and gaining, put together. So you're eating maintenance calories, but you're making gains at the same time. Obviously, that's got to be where main gaining came from. And I like that as a definition of what I'm doing right now. Main gaining, maintenance with gains. Or honestly, I don't even mind the idea of eating at like a tiny deficit, just because my overall goal right now is fat elimination. And I don't care that much about strength. I just care about getting as lean as possible, because I do have a suspicion that the leaner I get, the better my back will feel and the less inflammation my body will have. So that's where I'm at, and that's why I do what I do. So that was the post-workout element rant of today's video. I did find out that I basically have the next 5 hours completely free, which is awesome. I am taking Amanda, my wife, to dinner tonight for our 6th anniversary. She is at the beach at her mom's house, grandma's house, with both of the boys. So I have a rare 5 consecutive weekend hours off. Depends. I mean, I could go over to the beach later, but I just have a lot of stuff to do. I want to go over to the studio. I want to start getting organized over there. We have a big week ahead. It's the last month of the year, and the studio intern starts this week. So I think I'm going to use these 5 hours productively as possible, and because Sunday's always a family day anyway. So I'll be with my kids all day tomorrow. So I'm going to be productive today. So I think that's it's time to go get a protein shake and relax. Maybe I'm going to use the massage chair, post-workout massage chair. Let's go.
So I actually did wind up taking a massage after my workout, and I sat in it for 2 consecutive 30-minute sessions, and I think that it fucked me up because I'm not used to getting massages, and I got really lightheaded after the massages, and I think I also was really hungry because I hadn't eaten too much, just protein shake. So funny enough, I thought you guys would appreciate that. I overdid it on my massages. So after an hour of massages, I had to eat my first meal, and then I had to lay down for like a half an hour, and then I felt fine. Then I wound up taking some pictures. This was a like relaxed kind of gut out shot. Then this is a like more like flexing, sucking in shot, just to show the difference. Really interesting how much different you can look just from, the way that you're holding your stomach. I mean, these are pretty drastic differences. And then kind of did it a little bit overboard at dinner with my wife. Went to like a really fancy steakhouse where they bring you French fries with like super delicious sauces. So Kind of probably went a little bit over by few hundred calories on dinner, but honestly, I just don't care. It's fine. Flexible eating. I didn't go crazy. And then when it was time for dessert, had like a third or a fourth of a portion. So, didn't go too crazy. Had a nice filet mignon, and that was about it. So, but as you could see at the end, I look absolutely fucking huge after eating a huge dinner. It's just kind of funny how the times of day, you can change the way you look so fucking drastically. So I guess more than anything, I'm talking to myself and saying, don't get discouraged by the way you look at any one specific time. As you could see, actually, I'll put a older shot here so I can like kind of show you and myself how far I've come in just the last 6 months. And whatever picture I put here, I'm about 225 pounds, and I'm definitely not anywhere near as strong. And now I'm about 201. So I'm probably 25 pounds down gross, which is probably the equivalent of like 35 pounds of fat, because I probably added like 10 pounds of muscle too. So just a reminder to myself and to anyone watching, like, just think of where you're at as a graph and just keep the fucking graph moving, and eventually it'll get to where you want it to go. All right, that's the end of the video. Signing off. See you soon.